I've volunteered as a disaster response member of the American Red Cross, and there was some question about maybe perhaps some exposure along the way in some of the places I went to. One of them happened to be Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans. When I was helping out after Hurricane Katrina, I'm fairly sure that in that whole environment was just toxic from start to finish. There was lots of molds. God knows what was in half of the water supply and things around there. In fact, when I was there, it wasn't until the first week that I was there that we were even advised to be able to take a shower with the water in the area. So there was a considerable amount of toxic materials all over the place. So I had a hair sample taken and a blood sample taken to figure out if I had been exposed or not. The first test showed a very high level of uranium, radium, and barium. The doctor had recommended that I enroll in this trial that they were doing with Folium, and he let me know that it could be a pill or a liquid that I would be taking, and that they would give it to me, gave me the instructions on how to take it, and then to come back in, I believe it was a month, or it might have been 2 months at the time, to come back, and then they would retake the test to see if it worked. And once I took the product, after I came back and they did the follow-up test, basically it showed those levels had come down to virtually nothing. It was actually kind of surprising because I know uranium is a very difficult element to rid the body of. I did notice the extra energy that I received from taking the product, and I did feel a lot better. At that particular moment in my life, I had for whatever reason, around that time, kind of a little extra allergies and phlegm going on with my body at that particular moment, and it seemed to the lack of sleep that I was receiving because of that, because of the difficulty breathing when I would try to sleep, it actually seemed to go away. A considerable amount of that. I had a lot more energy after taking the product, probably after about the first week. You know, considering that it has an upside and really no downside that I'm aware of, at least from my experience, I don't see why someone wouldn't even think twice about taking Folium, especially if they're sick, or if they have something that was a lot worse than what I was experiencing. I would recommend Folium because it works.